Namaskara.
Namaste.
Akhandamandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Bowing down to the very spirit of the Guru, we start today evening's program. Sri Sai Raman Nrityakendra Tumakuru deems it a great honor and a pleasure to host Sankatha, a conversation with internationally acclaimed male dancers, and an initiative of RASAGRAAHI, a thought-inspiring process. Ano bhadraha kratavo yantu vishwataha is told in our Upanishads that let goodness flow from everywhere, and we at RASAGRAAHI are more than delighted to witness all the goodness that's flowing from all the corners of the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another great achiever, a scholar of supreme class, a great artist par excellence, a lovely human being, Dr. Raghunath Manet sir, on board, talking to our very versatile captain, Vidwan Sagar Tumakuru. A heartfelt and a respectful welcome to you, Dr. Raghunath Manet sir. A cordial welcome to you too, Sagar sir. And to our
Thank you,
respected
ma'am.
audience who have been out there each time encouraging, inspiring, and blessing all of us with their esteemed presence and inspiring comments. We welcome you all to today's program, Sankatha, a conversation with male dancers internationally acclaimed, and the guest of the evening being Dr. Raghunath Mani.
Thank you so much.
I deem it my greatest honor to speak respectfully about this consummate artist who has touched lives of many, many through his art and heart. It gives me immense pleasure, honor in speaking about Raghunath Manet. A native of Pondicherry, India, Dr. Raghunath Manet is an artist, dancer, choreographer, musician, composer, singer, writer, actor, filmmaker, and whatnot. In particular, in the arena of dance, he specializes in the classical dance Bharatanatyam, and in music, he performs on the veena, the Indian stringed instrument. He has worked with many prominent international artists, including our very Indian Dr. Balamurali Krishna and drums Shivamani sir, of course, with many, many foreign artists par excellence. Dr. Mani holds a doctorate degree in cultural anthropology and has released more than 28 commendable CDs and 5 DVDs in both dance and music. He has authored about 5 books. In 1989, he founded the Dance and Music Academy Tala Shruti in Pondicherry for poor children to learn dance and music. This is something that touched my heart, sir. Art is not only to prosper ourselves, but to see others prosper. Atmavadeva Paranapi Pashyata is something that goes way too beyond. And we are indeed glad that Dr. Mane sir is with us doing all these noble things for a noble cause. He has established Talashruti Music and Dance Academy to help the poor children, but really talented children learn music and dance. Dr. Raghunath Mani is the first Indian dancer who has performed at the Opera de Paris in France. And also, he has performed at various prestigious festivals and venues in France, Monaco, Italy, UK, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Hong Kong, Australia, Sri Lanka, Africa, Singapore, China, Mauritius, USA, Caledonia Islands, New Zealand, the Caribbean, Reunion Islands, and of course, our own incredible India. He has appeared at special events for many iconic brands. In 2017, Dr. Mani received the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award presented by the President of India during the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas celebrations in Bengaluru, recognizing Dr. Mani's contribution in promoting Indian arts and culture in France. Being an Indian outside India is something very special, And celebrating our nationalism outside, elsewhere, is something very unique. Many other accolades have decorated his beautiful persona, and many such coveted awards, sir, is being conferred with. Officier des Arts et des Letters and the Chevalier des Arts et des Letters from the French Ministry of Culture, the GOPIO Community Service Award in Jaipur, India, in 2011, the Best Performer Award during the 2014 Chennai Music and Dance Festival, and many more. Raghunath Manet as an actor, played first role with famous French actor Robert Hossein in the French film Noni, The Fruit of Hope of Elaine Williams, which was screened in Cannes. He has appeared in many other movies which have received global adulation. As a filmmaker, Dr. Mani has presented Dance of Shiva and many such award winning documentary films, recognized, one of them being recognized as the Best Spiritual Film Award at the American Pavilion from Her Holiness Princess Dame Angelique Monet New Generation in Actions AFI World Peace and Tolerance Initiative. Documentary film about temple dances in Pondicherry, Karma, a short film of 15 minutes, The Seventh Sense of Yoga are some of the must mentionables that Dr. Mani has contributed to the glorious field. Our legendary musicologist, musician, Dr. Padma Vibhushana Balamurali Krishna says Dr. Mani is the finest Veena player and a great Bharatanatyam dancer. To quote Balamurali Krishna sir, he says Dr. Mani is an artist of great caliber with extraordinary talents. He has mastered all the subtleties that Indian art requires. Unquestionably, Dr. Raghunath Mani is the leader of the new generation. Dr. Mani performs on international stages and has performed with many greats across the world. In 2018, Dr. Mani received the Special Recognition Award Global Ambassador for Indian Music from the Indiewood Film Festival. Many such adulations I have in the list, but just fearing the time that I am consuming, I right away open the floor for further discussion, which we are all eagerly awaiting to listen to Dr. Raghunath Mani. Sir, the floor is open to you now, and we are all pretty much excited to listen to your colorful persona and aura. Welcome once again, and Sagar sir, the floor is open to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste, Dr. Raghunath Maniji, and thank you for accepting to be part of this Sankatha inspiring male dancer conversation series. And Rupashri ma'am, as usual, no words to thank you. You've done a great, honorable job of introducing this great artist in a very
Absolute
artistic way
honor,
of
sir.
yours. Thank you,
I
ma'am.
feel
Actually,
ashamed to
Thank you
answer
so
all
much.
this.
I have to thank Sagar sir for every time giving me this opportunity to interact with such greats like Dr. Mani. Thank
Oh
you,
my
sir.
God. No, we are all same in the boat. We are human beings in the world.
That's your greatness, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we'll start talking and we will share something which from your life experiences which would inspire people over here and everywhere during this time which the difficult time which the whole world is actually going through because of the pandemic. So we start the conversation with your association and your initiation into the dance form of Bharatanatyam, and rather saying that you being attracted towards the art form, there are very few people whom the art chooses to be part of, and you are one of them, and we all are proud of you that you are serving the field of art in a great sense. So how did it begin, sir? What was your influence initially to start learning Bharatanatyam?
Well, as I told you, we are living a COVID period, which is something very common to the world, all of us. There's something to understand. It's a kind of things to come to each of us. We have been confined many times, and it's a time given to us to go inside of us, forgetting the world, forgetting your relations, forgetting maybe your arts also, to find out what we had come to the world. Why the COVID comes to me. Funny, it comes everywhere, but suddenly you're facing in front of you. So it's a way to sum up your life. If you take time to sum up your life, it's something like, in fact, I'm writing a book about my life. Where to start? I think there's two kind of artists who are maybe we are born to be artists, or we are getting through technically talking, getting all the learning all the techniques, becoming an artist. And from childhood, I remember I used to close all the doors. I used to jump and dance. In fact, whenever people ask me, "Oh, how come you have so much of energy? When did you start learning to dance?" I used to say, it's like when the Shiva say Om, the first sound, when you come to the to your mother's, when when you're when you're conceived. For me, that's the dance. The cells are dancing. So it's something which inside you, which is inside you. And I remember I wanted to learn to dance. I was living in Pondicherry that time. I lived up to 9 years old. Then I was brought up in France. My sister used to learn dance with a temple dance master who is called M.S. Nathan from Villinur Temple. Villinur is 8 kilometers from Pondicherry. They enjoyed a lot of temple dances. In fact, I did my PhD on that subject. I did my documentary film. I'm going to for a great film about it, about the dancers of Pondicherry. So, and he used to be a very, what do you call, shocked by the rhythms. Ta, ta, te, tom, tim, whatever it is. Ta, tam, tum, tak, jun, ta, 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 ta. I used to feel energetic, I wanted to learn the
Very
dance.
great.
But I was a small child sitting and watching at the master and my sisters. And they used to do like this to me, and I didn't know what to do. And I was taken to France, where my sister used to practice. And almost every 2 years, they used to come to India and learn dance again. So my first initiation was with my sisters. They were called Vasanti and Jayanti. There was no any Indian dancers in France in 1970s, 80s. And they was the first one who used to perform to show what was Bharatanatyam. And when I went there, back to India, I wanted to learn dance. My parents said, no, no dance for a male. I used to be shocked, and well, everybody used to praise Shiva and do pujas for a male god and a male teacher. What's happening? The boys are not allowed to dance. It was a huge shock for me. And when I wanted to learn to dance, I asked my master, please teach me dance. He told me, what are you going to do? All the great Devadasis are no more. And we are having few students to earn our money,
Like,
going to teach the rich people to get some money. And the best dancers are no more. They don't want to dance. They're thrown out. They have disappeared. Some of them entered into the movies. I just used to listen. But this master is very interesting in the sense that suppose he will give 2 hours class, he will talk 1.5 an hour only about temple dances, how he learned dance. This is something fantastic for me. In fact, I think you're from Bangalore, right?
yeah.
I must be having a karmic relation with Bangalore, I tell you why. Because my master learned, I believe, the temple dances. Later on, he went to Chennai to learn with Gopinath. Gopinath, the great dancer, and he was from Bangalore, I think. And so my master is Ram Gopal. He was from Bangalore, and he used to play Veena, come to play a lot of concerts with Bangalore sisters. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah.
Bangalore. this. I used to perform a lot,
Yes.
many concerts, and I performed also in Bangalore, in Alliance Francaise, in solo and all. So let's come to my little bit my life. So he told me, "What are you going to do with dance? You can't earn money anymore. I mean, there's no community. So go become a doctor, like in your family, or I don't know, a teacher like your father, mother, engineer. I mean, I never used to understand what it means. But finally, he started teaching me during my vacation time in India. I used to continue with my sisters in Paris, and he used to sing like this to do natunga for them, even though I was so young, I didn't know anything because there was no Indians. So since I used to absorb a lot of things, I used to do a lot of things like this. So it started like this, and I will imitate them. I will put my movements. It has been always a creative dance, something like that, you know. So later on, I uh, I came back to India, and my sister bought a veena to learn. I took the veena and tried to play because I used to play little guitar that time. And suddenly everybody used to say, "Where did you learn veena? You're playing so well." I said, "I never learned." So finally, I used to accompany my sisters. Since they were teenagers, I used to accompany them because girls can't go and take lessons alone; they have to go with a boy. And I used to
Yeah.
watch how the teaching of the veena and also learn veena. So even the teachers told me, "Oh my God, you're very good." I don't know. It came very quickly to me, and I used to be trained at the same time with my grandfather in flute. His name was Jnanamani Pillai in flute,
Okay.
in violin, and vocal music. So, but I was seduced by the veena because I remember a huge veena. I mean something like that. It was striking. So finally, I learned the veena, dance also. Um, I never did my arangetram. I performed all over the world. I opened so many festivals in Chennai, so many dance and music festivals, but I never done my arangetram. So, and I used many long time. I never used to say to anybody, "I'm a dancer." I used to be very scared because that time
Ah,
when I was a bit more grown, I wanted to get better teachers. I went to Chidambaram to see Gomadi Shankara here. He was very old man. He used to teach me. I was doing Gurukulam for a few months. After brought up in Paris, where there's no caste, there's nothing. I used to go to a Brahmin family, and they would say, "You can't enter in the house. You have to sleep outside. No house, no hotels." I used to sleep outside for a few months. I used to go and get my bath in Chidambaram. Uh, in water, in the temple.
Kalyan.
Uh, yeah, I
Kalyan.
don't know how I have done that. Now I can't even. I mean, I can't even. I don't know how I've done that. So whatever it is. So I used to give my Veena concerts from young age, with my beginning with my grandfather Nanamani Pillai, later on alone. And suddenly I felt uh, I never used to tell to anyone that I'm a dancer. I remember I was in Italy. Before going to Italy, I gave a huge Veena concert. I was maybe 18, 19 years old, And I went to, my friends took me to meet a great uh, French scholar. Because of him, India is well known all over the world. His name is Professor Alain Danielou. You Google it. He's He had so many professions: painter, dancer, anthropologist, music composer, musician, Indologist. He wrote so many books about India, Indian music, Indian dance, Indian culture, Indian caste system, everything. So uh, I was in their house. I told them I need just a hall to practice a little bit of gymnastic. I never want to say dance. So they were living in a palace in Zagarolo. They gave me a room. So I was practicing my Bharatanatyam, and his friend was looking at through the what do you call? Sorry for my English. I'm a French-speaking Indian. Okay, my first language is French.
Absolutely fine, sir.
He
We all can
mistake
follow you. Yeah.
in English. Okay, so he was looking at the through the door. He saw me dancing. He went to tell that I was dancing to the professor and Daniel. He said, "It's fantastic what he's doing." Alanjani told me, going to have a private party with 20 people. Would you like to perform Bharatanatyam instead of Veena? I was caught. I said, why not? So I danced. He told me after that, the performance, the next day I was leaving to Paris. He told me, you must take this art to the world. You must not keep it with you. There's not enough boys to dance. What I saw is something fantastic. Alan Danielu, who is Alan Danielu? He's the one who founded the library in Adayar in Kalakshitra. He was a close friend of the Theosophical Society. He knew very well everyone. He's the one who found Institut Français d'Anthropologie, École Française d'Extrême-Orient, who's the best in the world, the schools of Indology, which are in Pondicherry today, who are preserving so many manuscripts. If anybody want to do research about music, dance, everything, go to Pondicherry. Okay, that's my message to help the younger generation to know their history. That's most important. Okay. So he told me the style I saw on you is something great. You must take it to the world. From that time, I started performing Bharatanatyam solo everywhere. And when I wanted to learn dance a little bit further, because I was trained by my sisters and my master, I'd never done any Arangetram. I went to Kalakshitra, to join Kalakshitra to do only dance and music. My parents said, you must finish your baccalaureate. Baccalaureate means it's +2 and 2 years after, what we call the BA, something like that. I've done in economics. They told me, you won't finance anything. If you want to go to India, you do whatever you want. I applied for a scholarship. I got a scholarship to study. There was not enough scholarship to study dance or music. They gave me a scholarship to study Tamil in Madurai University, which was founded that time, 1982. I didn't want to go to Madurai. I wanted to go to Kalakshitra because my sister was studying there, and because my teacher Rajeshwari Padmanabhan, Karikudi style, she was teaching there. I could play many hours. In the beginning, I was taking some private classes with her. It was just an hour. I wanted to play 4 or 5 hours. So I joined Kalakshitra. I joined my scholarship Madurai to Chennai. And I was studying at the same time Tamil in the Tamil University, past 2 years. And Rukmani Devi told me, Raghunath, what are you going to do here? I came to know you already finished your studies and all. I said, no, for me, the arts is most important than anything else. Then stay with us. She also organized the scholarship for me. But that time, I was the only student in Kalakshitra. Rukmani Devi organized. I was full main student for Veena. All afternoon, she organized special classes for me in Bharatanatyam.
Wow.
And I remember it was so hot season. All the teachers would be sleeping in the afternoon. And since I was brought up in Paris, I hate, it's not because my nature I don't like to sleep in the afternoon, any afternoon. I can work even if it's very sunny. I used to go and awake all the teachers, tell them, sir, I'm waiting, it's already 3 o'clock. They will say, go there, I'll come. They will come late. It could be Thomas sir, Krishnamurti sir, Balana, whatever it is, all the generation, Jaya teacher, whatever it is. So they used to tell me, this boy is something, we never had a boy like this here, coming and waking up the teachers to give them class. So it was funny for me. But the only thing which I was a little bit sad, because I learned something and people started breaking me. This ceremony is not good. Dikkaradakadam is not good. Kadinganam is not good. And I said, "Oh my God, I love so much arts. What they are destructuring me. Whatever, what I loved, you know." And they were imposing that we should not go on any other style outside. Since I was living in international hostel, I will take my moped and I'll go and watch every kind of dances. I remember Malavika Sharuke, what do you call, the one who's do a lot of Karanas, I mean, Swarnamukhi, all the dances, all the even they're good or not bad, I'm not here to judge. Suddenly I will find, oh, this is beautiful, the combination, So I was having my kind of jardin sacré with secret life. I will be playing very, very traditional. I remember, I'll tell you something very funny. They asked me to wear dhotis. I can wear dance dhotis, which is tied very well. But people dhotis, it cannot stay on me because I was broken. So I will come. Suddenly one day I came in short. They said, no shorts, no dear. I said, okay, fine. When I say come out of the gate of Kalakshetra, I take out my dhoti, put it here, walk up to the shop. Since I was an internship student, they didn't dare to say anything. They'd be very scared of me, everyone. I will go straight to her office and said, Atte, I want to talk to you. She said, please come. Because since I was kind of brought up and I was not also very young. I was not 15 years old when I joined Kalakshetra. So I was already 20, I took the freedom to be exactly the way I was brought up, with full of freedom. I never used to be scared of anyone. But my experience, Kalakshetra, everybody used to be scared. Ayo, Chinnasarda, ayo, Pirisarda, ayo. What is this to be scared about it? You love some things. I remember for the examination, I used to be the only Veena player, all the girls around me. So they will call me Krishna, whatever it is, because I was the only one to play Veena. All the girls. Exam to be all scared. They said, come on, why are you scared? Let me go first. I'll go. And they will say, Kuripa, play Adatala. I'll be playing. Not Nate. I'll be playing Kudisura. They say, enough. We keep on playing. Enough, he said. Stop it. Okay, then I stop. I used to. Even my teacher, fantastic. Rajeshwari Padmanabhan. She'll be teaching me one line. I'll put one line. Sangadi. She'll say, great, Raghu. She's not someone. What I like with the great masters, I've been trained like MS Nathan for Villeneuve, like Ram Gopal in London. I went to see him. These are the greatest people. They welcome you like anything. They're not bored mind. This has to be like this. Has to be like this. And that really, I always give back to my students. Be happy. Be happy what you're doing. Try to enjoy what everybody's doing. Open up your mind. Go and see every style. I used to say some 25 years back, you can see the articles in Tamil newspaper when I used to open all the sabhas. I used to tell them, come on, there are 25 styles. Please preserve the styles. Preserve the styles. Don't get all one line. So
the diversity in dance is something which is rich, which makes the art also rich, and the diversity is something which is a boon to India in all ways, I think. No, sir?
But definitely. That's why I want the dance students to be more intelligent. They must all go for PhD, to do research, not only movements. I think it's normal. I don't want to criticize any of you on any. I try to criticize myself. When you are young, we are concerned only about the movements, how to do the movements. But it is not gymnastic. But we have to go through this procedure. But little bit, when you get a little bit older, we try to understand what it means. Since I joined the dance because I enjoy the movements. I enjoy the beauty of it, the energy of it. I didn't try to close on
Energy.
movement into the technique. I'm not concerned about it. In fact, when I wanted to learn dance, there was most of the time female dancers. I couldn't get myself identified. It was a huge bad thing. They will say we are doing tandava. They lift with the sari, the leg, whatever it is. We can't see a bit of their body, nothing. I said, when I wanted to learn, it's not easy for a male dancer to win, because I used to be not, I never put all these things, not, I want to show him my body, because the work has to be shown by itself. So I used to be very simply dressed with dhoti. I will come and I dance. I remember those days in 80s, people sometimes they were like this, they were looking like this, because they used to be ashamed that this guy is enough dressed. He doesn't have all these malas and all this, all this garlands, everything, and I mean, they used to be shocked. And when I wanted to go and see a male dancers, there was not enough male dancers performing that time. Dana James will be back of his wife. Maybe we'll do one or two items. There was, we couldn't. Our direction was old, and in Kalakshetra, this dance dramas with Anuman, everything. It was. I mean, I wanted to see where is Shiva postures. Where's the dance of the energy? Where's that? I was longing for that. Not always longing for some padams and crying and doing figurative work, which I appreciate, but it was not my cup of tea. I mean, and I met Chandralekha, the modern dancer of India, the first one. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
She was amazed by my personality, and she used to jump on me, sit on me. Can you imagine for a woman to do all this in Chennai? It was not easy that time. Today, of course, we are taking a lot of liberties to create whatever we want, which I appreciate. But please don't forget Chandralekha. She was criticized for anything. She used to come on stage. She would take in music academy. The public, they are like bees. They can sit on shit. They can sit on flowers. To tell. I mean, not. I mean, she will tell things for a woman. That caliber. She was something fantastic, and really we could build the first performance of her, which was called Angika, which went all over India, even abroad. She was something fantastic. I admired. I admired also that time she was alive. She was Bala Saraswati, Balama. So after I joined Kalakshetra, she died 2 years after. So to tell you, I was admiring every style. Please get opened. Don't consider the dance like only doing techniques. Who care? Who can do very good? There are 1,000 people who have done before you. And when I've done so much of research about temple dancers, I'm a collectioner of the old photos of Devadasis. I think I have a lot. It will be shown on my documentary film. You can't say they never learned dance. Or they are so simply staying the way they want. That means they don't know anything about dance. Everything had to be very straight. They didn't understand anything about dance. Dance means everything had to be straight. And you take your leg. So forget about it. Because I love Krishnamurti when he says, when you look at the tree, you're already having an image of a tree. You don't look anymore at the tree. You don't give time to look at the tree. So unfortunately, we dancers or no dancers, when you look at the performance, we're already having a kind of ideas of Aramandi, this Mandi. You don't looking at 75% of the dance, unfortunately. Because we are brainwashed.
Very true.
Like a painting, when you see a face, you're seeing a face. Somebody who's doing non-figurative form, I have nothing to say, doesn't mean they're idiots. Dance. Because I go to YouTube, so many dances, which I love, because at my time, how I suffered to initiate people into dance. As much what Rukmani Devi undergone when she created the Kalakshetra, there were few people. She used to go to house, please send your students. In Pondicherry, it was the same thing. They will become beautiful dancers, they will forgive. They will say, sir, I'm getting married, husband doesn't want. Mother doesn't want me to dance. I gave so many years to teach for the poor children who become a great dancers. What is beautiful about my students, they won't bother to come on stage. I have to perform. I have to pay the money. Here they have no money to pay. By the way,
yeah,
my parents said, no money if you want to go and get trained into your dance. I went to India. I got trained. These sabas, I can tell you, I don't want to tell the names. But people are not telling it now. I can tell you today how much money they've stolen from me. I will say they've stolen. To open the festival, how much donations I gave. What can you do as a male dancer? Okay? You have to pay the orchestra. Everyone will put their price. Okay? Since I was a great, I love great quality in music. I used to take very good quality musicians, all A-grade artists. They will say, we will not sing for dancers. We are A-grade artists, like dancers, singers. They're not good in Nalapana, Tanam, everything. So they can sing for anybody to make their money. A-grade artists, they will not sing. I used to take the singers of Vajanti Mala, the great singers. I don't want to tell the names. You have to pay a lot. Okay, the Mridangam players. I'm the only one who never used Natungam on stage. I said, what's wrong with Natungam? So I can train them. I'm the one holding. So what do you want me to do like this? I don't bother. I asked Mridanga player, you tell your jatis, sir, we are not trained to say that. I said, come on, I'm training you. Tell the jatis. I don't want any tonga. Tell me the jatis and I will do whatever I want. They have to be an alert. They may expect I can do takatakita. But I know how to come and finish. Okay? Like in Saravadiyam, whatever it is. So look at you keep on doing etc. Whatever it is. You tell out, I can dance. It's something like flamenco. No, I'm not studying flamenco, but I love rhythms. I love. Okay, you want to sing 2 lines? You want to? I will impose to my singer. Please, in Varnam, I want to hear only one time the Pallavi. You improvise each time, like Niraval. I don't want to hear 2 times the same line. You carry on. You freak out. Then they will freak out because they're A-grade artists. Why do they want to sing for the dancers? Because they will just keep on repeating the same lines. Maybe some improvisations. But A-grade artists, they have so much of improvisation on their end. If you give them possibility. I dance for Ragam Tanam Pallavi. Can you imagine? In London. Mal Marugane. So, I'm not telling you I've achieved greatest things. I really want to do what I want. Because I always wanted to dance what I composed. Of course, there was this because since I'm a composer, I compose, I play veena. I really wanted to dance what I wanted. It's a unity, You know your music, you're freaking out, and the A-grade or whatever the musicians are putting also lines on your music. You're very thrilled, I remember one time Balamuri Krishna, we were performing together in Paris. Same thing. He was, he's when he opened It's something divine. It's stars, Stars comes out from his mouth. So he was singing, I was playing Veena. It was something, you close your eyes as if you have been touched by the gods, by the angels. You get the lights. That's I was longing for the arts. Not try to judge all the time who's doing wrong, who's doing good. I think the art form is not wrong, good. We are not in a competition. I think you can show, you can try to lead the people, give the all your love. I think I remember first, what is very strange, when he performed first time in Chennai, solo artist, Rangarao, everybody knows, wrote a black man like a Rolling Stone. He reminded of Ram Gopal. Everyone was shocked for me. Oh, then only I realized I was black. Because I was brought up in Paris, everybody would say, wow, your lovely color, your lovely color, your lovely color. Because they are white, they go to the sun. Even yesterday went for swimming, they are lying on the sun to become black. Suddenly, in India, they tell me I'm black. Oh my God, what it means. And I was not at all shocked. But I said, where I am? Is it India or which country is this? And he's telling me Rolling Stones because I had so much of power to dance. Reminded me of Ram Gopal. Who is Ram Gopal? One day I was in Paris and I had a call from the Indian embassy. One of my friends working there. She's telling me, we are selling all the personal effects of Ram Gopal. Or are you interested, Raghunath, since you're a dancer? Ram Gopal? I want to meet him. So I went all the way to London. A man came with a turban, sitting like a Maharaja. He was so handicapped that time. But still he was sitting like that. I told me, sir, they compare me to Ram Gopal. They only meeting you. They didn't come. He said, I would love to learn the eagle dance from you.
Yeah.
He wanted to test me. He asked, just telling it because after he didn't bother. He asked a lot of money because he wanted to find out if it'd be really a good student. He said, okay, no problem. I organized money. I came to London and we went to book a hall and he would come with taxi and he would get up. You will help him to get up like this. And of figures with the eyes I used to see. Oh my God. With that power, handicapped, he will get up. I have every images of him teaching me dance. I will give to the history of dance of India. When he died, unfortunately, there was not enough articles. And he had a whole dance group in Bangalore. You must have a museum for him. It's your duty. You must be proud. Everybody's proud about me because I'm a Pondicherrian. Pondicherries are proud in France as well as in Pondicherry. But who are the people who made you proud in Bangalore? Why did you forget Ram Gopal? I can give you the archives. So many years he spent in Bangalore. It's right time. The dancer, instead of concentrating only on movements, try to do some research. Okay? And I'm the one, I remember, I can tell you that story also. Very funny story. I'm writing my books. And I want to do an homage for Ram Gopal. I was the first Indian, of course, to perform in Opéra de Paris in Paris. I'm the first Indian who performed in Shakespeare Globe in London. Okay? And so I couldn't take my musician from India because I was not well paid. I told to some musicians of Bharati Vidya Bhavan to join me there. Some Bangalorean are teaching there also. I told them we'll meet in Shakespeare Globe. They told me, where is it, sir? I got so many years. You've been living 25, 30 years in London. You know, where is Shakespeare Globe? Theatre. Because there was never Indian dance there. It's not their you know. I said, we have to bring up out of India projects in the biggest halls. That's my point. Because the richness of our Indian culture, there's nothing to beat. Look at all in 1920s, how many American dancers been trained into Indian dance. Pavlova,
That's true.
okay, who have told to Rukmani Devi, go and learn Devadasi dance. Rukmani Devi used to learn only ballet in the Theosophical Society, don't forget. She has started learning Bharatanatyam at which age? That's why age to learn dance. Anyway, my youngest student is 80 years old. Okay? Please preserve the style. All the styles. It's not only one style. It will be boring. Everybody do the same style and same same thing. Who care about it? Because there's millions of people who have done before you. Okay? And so when I gave the homage to Ram Gopal, so these are the few things which really, when I came back to, after I spent 6 years in Kalakshetra, even 6 years. There was, I got first class diploma in Vienna. It was 5 to 6 years course that time. And we wanted to do some further studies. After 6 years, the diploma was not recognized. People were learning the government college, music college. After the 4 years, 3 years, they could go to, PhD, everything. I gave 5 to 6 years of music, so highly standard Galakshetra. There's no equivalence. We were the first one to try to ask to get the equivalence. Now it's settled in Kalakshetra. It's a beautiful thing. Before, you could study and it was considered for nothing. So now it's great. I'm very happy about it. So these are my experiences. I think today I see YouTube a lot of dance, and YouTube gives you the permission to do whatever you want, which is a beautiful thing. Everybody can get exposed. But we should find something for the poor people. As you told that I found it done, maybe I'm not the only one, definitely not the only one, for the poor children in Pondicherry. You won't imagine, my students sometimes they don't have whatever it is, dance jewels, salangais, nothing. Before performing, sir, we don't have this. Okay, I will go and buy something like this. Today, people who want money, they can get anything. They can have in gold, in silver, gold plated, whatever it is. Instead of one jewel, they can get 3 jewels and full this thing, that thing. Okay, change 30 times. It's okay. But we're not thinking enough about the poor people who are nothing, who can be great performers. When will they have chance to perform? I can give you the address of my best students.
That's good. Sir, can you please tell something about your research on the damsels of Pondicherry and some outcomes which are very interesting, though, which weren't there before?
Yeah, you see, Sangeet Natak Academy was shocked to know how come we have collected so many archives about temple dances of Pondicherry, because we didn't even know the existence. Because when you talk about temple dances, of course, we talk about today dance in Madras is something very new. Okay, before wherever the big temples, there were temple dances. I'm not inventing anything. You can go to Google it, whatever it is, Tanjore, Kumbakonam, whatever it is. Like in Bangalore, we have your own style. Maybe Mysore also, where the courts were there, temple dances were there. Okay. Pondicherry, since it was a French town, it was a little France in India. Nobody knew that there were too many temple dances. Since my my sister's masters was the master, the last master, and he could talk so much about temple dances. I could gather a lot of things. I could film some of the dancers and try to understand why the dance was abolished in in Pondicherry, because everybody knows there was, of course, in the court, there was we want to throw out all the temple dances and all. It was, the court bill was valid in all over India, but it was not valid in French territory. It was French. Independence of India was in 1947. Pondicherry was given back in 1954. And even after 54, people used to dance. Dancers used to dance in the temple. Nobody told them to get out. So, which was something fantastic. They had their own festival. They had
Which is very unique.
their own repertoire, which was fantastic. I really was seduced by so much of history in Pondicherry. We know only French part of the Pondicherry, but to know that they preserved so much of culture. It's a spiritual land, of course. Few spiritual masters, but there's so many masters who lived in Pondicherry, like Akkaswamy, like Nagalinga Swami, Amblatadayar Madam. In Pondicherry, only we preserve. I'm translating into French at present. The handwriting of Manikava Sagar Tiruvasagam in Pondicherry, 9th century manuscript. Can you imagine? So much of history is in Pondicherry, and if I could contribute a little bit for people to know about it, I'm very proud about it. And anyway, I wrote books. My documentary film is coming out, and so you will learn a lot.
Sure, sir. We wait for that very eagerly. Sir, anything about the speciality of the repertoire, which is little different. Obviously, the temple dance repertoire was a little different from the Sabha Parampara of what we have been following later after the Tanjore Quartet had the influence of Margam style. So, have you been able to grasp some of these items which were other than Margam, sir? Like from Tilana? Apart from that, something which these temple dancers used to perform then.
I think what was interesting, I could find a lot of Tamil repertoire in Pondicherry. Don't forget, Pondicherry was the land where, of course, Aurobindo, but don't forget, Bharadiyar lived in Pondicherry. Bharadiyar composed so many songs. Other than Bharadiyar, we had Sultananda Bharadiyar, Bharadidasan. There were so many people who composed so much of love for Tamil language. Okay, and these Tamil dancers used to perform. Of course, the time, because when they politically, they used to dance also in Telugu. Some Varnams would dance there, but most of the Tamil repertoire. And also, what I liked in the style, the freedom of being, you need not to, because today's when they become soft, they said, you see, when they dance on plate, they used to dance on plate in front of the gods. As soon as you take out the plate, they'll say Kuchipudi now. Oh my God. Okay? I mean, because people have forgotten so many other dances, maybe. Because when you see Sirapati Garam, they talk about so many dances. Where are they? And what is interesting, of course, I was trained in Kalakshetra also, because when you ask questions to us, who are the Natwanas who have been teaching there? I don't know if all of us will remember the name of the Natwanas. We all say Kalakshetra style, but Kalakshetra is 75 years old. Dance is not 75 years old. Who are the people who have been teaching to Rukmani Devi? We know she has done Chalamela Varnam, which I used to dance so well. Who has composed Rupamujuchi? Can you tell me? Today we are all after copyrights. The best jatis are in Rupamujuchi. Whatever it is. Fantastic jatis. We can't do better. Okay? Whose jatis are there? Did you ask me a question? Do you think it's Kalakshetra or no? from where it comes, which Natunar.
Very true.
Okay, these are the questions the students must ask and go for research. What is fantastic after leaving Kalakshatra? By the way, there was first Nadana Marangam was in TV, only for Bharatanatyam. I was the first one who have been selected with another female dancer, Sujata something else, Srinivasan. I don't know where she was in the States now. And so I was invited to perform on the TV. It was the first time on TV, Bharatanatyam, a male dancer. That time when as I left Kalakshatra, I was with Adya Lakshmi. Adya Lakshmi used to take a lot of money from me. And I had no money sometime. And after the performance, he threw me out because I was not able to pay my fees. He told me, etc. So I went off. Even though I like him a lot. Because I had no money. What to do? I mean, already to get a performance is a chance, and you have to pay the donation, this thing, that thing, and all. You know, for male dancers did so many things that they don't realize. There's something I will tell you, which can be interesting for the new generations. I used to teach for the other students in Adya Actions. I remember one rich lady is coming with her daughter. Namaskaram, sir. She's going to they're asking for her to get married in the States. The boy is asking for a Bharatanatyam dancer. Can you train her, sir? We have 8 months. Can you train her? Oh, of course I can train her. 8 months. How much? Oh my God. You won't imagine the huge money he asked. He told me, Raghu, go and take class. Okay. So how many dances have been sold out like this for the States? Because they knew something made me funny. Of course, there are very good dancers also. So, see how the dance went some other way from temple dances to how we made the masala. Whatever it is, let it be. I mean, so I dance on the TV, Rupamu Juchi. That time nobody, unless even Kalachitra, there used to be very little crowd, not like today. In the 80s, it's not that crowded like today. So I think since I danced on the TV, Rupamujuchi, everybody came to know what is Rupamujuchi, even a common man. Today, every students are learning, which is a beautiful thing. So my question is, who made these jatis? You know, and after dance, of course, after Kalakshatra and other action, I went to see Ram Gopal, learned few items with him, and I meet all kind of great dancers. The dancer used to dance with Mirani Sarabai. I went to interview her. I went to interview a lot of old masters, old Devadasis who were in French areas, Karaikal, Pondicherry, Pandruti, etc. I have all the interviews. And after I said, the one who strike me Natungam, Indra Rajan. You know, Supuru said, when Indra Rajan do Natungam, even the things dance, all the plants. Okay. She will come here. The power of Natungam. I took her to France. Because you should not forget this comes from a Devadasi family. It was a huge paper. She was no more suffocated by this tradition. When she came to France, she cried. She told me, maybe you must have some karmic relations. She opened her mind. She told so many things about her family. There are so many interviews. And fantastic. And the way she used to dance, she would look at the people, she would do it's something I admired. So I shared a lot about her uncle, Dandayudabani Pillai. And finally, her mother, her grandmother, were the Devadasis of Karaikal, French areas, my areas, where the Thai territory. correct, Pondicherry, Karaikal, Mahesh, and Danato. They were friends. So these people were having these jetties. Because these jetties were found in Pondicherry, in Karaikal, and also in Karaikal. Even though they had no contacts. Because Natunas brought all these things. They're given. So I was trying to do research about the Varnam Jatis and the Nayanar's traditions. This Tamil, it's fantastic. They were plong, plong, plong. They were the Jatis. Fantastic. So this is a field which I was interested. I'm not trying to see. I'm trying to understand. I love the old tradition to bring it into the modernity. So that's my that's that's my life. I was in India. I'm very Indianized. I'm very Frenchy. When I come to Paris, I can take you to visit to Chateau de Versailles, to museum, to everything. Wherever any countries I go, I told them, please don't take me to Indian restaurant. Tell me what you eat in your country. Tell me about your culture. Tell me about what is. I want to learn. I want to be a student. When I even went to see Ram Gopal, I will touch his feet. I will tell them, what did you learn, Ram? I will, oh, you do like this, Ram? Yes. I love to play the student. Try to give them a lot of love, a lot of devotion to them. Because that's why, for me, you must all remember Devadasis. Not just to tell them, okay, they were Devadasis, okay. There were no there, they were pillars. They were pillars. They were generations together.
That's true.
They didn't talk about money. They didn't talk about even about their names. They didn't bother. Today, we can all put our name on Facebook and, to dance. We don't know to dance. We are good. We are not good. We have to prove something. They were not like that. You can wake them at night. They can dance one hour. So this, for me, I'm seduced by that. I'm not, maybe I'm definitely not perfect. Please don't take me for a man who would be deceived. I'm not perfect. I love everything like everybody. And so I still admire all these things. I love to see art everywhere. I mean, I think so. That's all.
That's so nice. Sir, and you were the one in the very beginning, when there was the beginning of the era of, doing recorded music for dance, especially the Bharatanatyam. So you did so many experiments in CDs, through DVDs, and that has been helpful for a lot of artists across the world, actually. So what was your inspiration to go for recording rather than using live music at that point of time in 80s and 90s, sir?
Oh, there was two reasons. Because since Arandanyalu, as I told you, in Italy, he recorded so many old musicians, including Balamma's recordings. Fantastic. Even now, I listen to this recording, I'll dance. Because this way of playing the mridangam, this clarinet, this harmonium, because today is completely, we have always a violin, every orchestra. Violin is not Indian instrument, so we have the same format in Bharatanatyam, So hearing that Udukai Pambai, I use a lot of Udukai Pambai, all this fantastic. So I could hear the old sounds of Bharatanatyam, which inspires me, So which I wanted to. Young age, I had a camera to film all the time. Maybe that's why I love to film. I had always a very good recording. I remember first time I had a Walkman, in Kalakshatra. One of the teachers, I don't want to tell his name. Hey, Raghu, show me that. He was from Bangalore. I told him. He opened, he broke it. He didn't know how to do it. He closed it, he gave me. Sir, you broke it, sir. I didn't dare to tell him. No, I didn't do anything. And the Walkman was broke. because it was the first Walkman, it's not
Oh,
that
God.
time, I didn't know how to do it. He pulled it like this, he broke in front of me. Since he was my master in practice, I
My
don't pay
God.
anything. I said, okay, sir, no problem. But I had no money to buy the next one, whatever it is. So let's come to that. And second thing, I suffered a lot being a male dancer to spend all my money. All my money, I keep on spending to perform. I said, I don't want any more music on stage. I'm going to do, excuse me, pre-recorded music. Balamuri Krishna sir, it was his birthday. We had to organize something in Bhardev Vidya Bhavan. I was performing pre-recorded music. He called me. He always talked with me, putting his hands. Raghunath, I heard so many music. Your music is very good and the quality is excellent. In fact, when I recorded a Carnatic, an album with Dr. Balamuri Krishna sir and myself, Veena and vocal, in that studio, he was very good at studio in Chennai. He recorded other office there. So these were the two reasons. Today, all my students can perform on my CDs on stage. Very good music. And moreover, there was a beautiful singer who's not very well known. I took her to all over the world. She was not supposed to tell my name on the TV. She was a finalist in Vijay TV Super Singer, Farida. Her name is Prema because she married a friend of mine, Muslim guy. Unfortunately, he's no more. And I took her all over the world. She has something in her voice. In fact, I'll tell you, I acted in one of the movie with Veru Prabhagar, and the music was supposed to be done by Raja. He said no, he has no time. And he asked me, like Nasser sir also asked me to do the music. It has been stopped with Nasser sir. He asked me to do the music. I started doing the music. And finally, Raja sir, of course, he's great. I love him. He accepted to do the music. And but one song was shooted with my song. One dance scene, whatever it is. Ira just asked, who composed this music? He said, there's one man, he's not known, he's in Paris, Raghunath Manet. This music is very good, we're going to keep it like this. And so I was very serious because it's something, because I always try to compose between traditions, and I don't know the way I compose. The same way I compose for my dance also. As I told you, I composed more than 28 CDs, very highly traditional
CD.
recital, as well as with modern way of playing. I don't know how to play it. My of course my very traditional CDs like Kalaripu to Tirana from my personal composition of Bharatanatyam also. I think I am gifted to compose my own music and dance. Otherwise, of course, I appreciate a lot of musicians, but I need to dance my music. I feel that my music comes, it makes body and mind and music one.
That's so nice, sir. I don't know how time went. This 1 hour, 8 minutes has been passed,
Oh
and
my
it's
God!
been so exciting. Yeah, it's been so exciting to listen to, and it's a great, inspiring journey because you brought up various different important points like about repertoire, the Tamil repertoire or the Puducherry dance cells in that area and Parakkal. And also you've also spoken about so much of transition from the Devadasi Parampara to the actual Bharatanatyam was there and the changes. I think the world should look out for your writings, and we are all very eager to see what's there in the book which is going to come, because it will be a kind of a torchbearer for the research of a lot of youth in India about not only in India but about outside also, about the Indian dance itself and its the progression and also its transition at different phases. I think change is something which is constant, and we all know about it. And you have been through the major phase, being interacting with great maestros like Rukmini Devi ma'am and Balamurali sir and Ram Shivu sir, and many of whom you have seen, along with the great documenting great artists of the Devadasis of the zones in Pondicherry in and around. I think it's a great journey which you have been celebrating, and life also celebrating to you, and your contribution, as you said, even doing the CDs and releasing it for the use of artists in a very positive manner, or may it be free coaching and the initiatives which you have taken to enrich the field of art and also reach it to everybody. That's, I think, very important, because sometimes the experiences would be little bitter, but I think intentions what you are doing good for others, I think that's something really great. And so before we end the conversation, we want to listen to a message from you to all of us, like dancers and non-dancers and all the viewers out there.
Sorry. I couldn't hear the last sentence. Sorry.
So we want to hear your message to all of them. Message before we.
The message is never forget all the people who have given us this art form, from Devadasis to Ram Gopal to Rukmani Devi, from all our masters. I think they have done a great job to give back to us, to take it to the life. But give it back, always give it back. That's all I can give you. I'm trying to do also. And also,
yeah,
please, we are all dancing for Shiva message telling, okay, kill the ego. I think, including me, we have too much of egos, dancers. That's why we don't get together to perform together. How come the two great dancers not get together to perform? I would love to perform with the very well-known dancers, but nobody replies. It's pittiness. You like to see a duo of a great two dancers. The organizer must organize, of course, the solo performance, whatever it is, make them together to perform together, to see who care about the styles. Let them come on stage, express something. Today the couple dance is missing. Okay, there are so many great dancers among us in India. Let them to perform different style, even in Bharatanatyam itself. No need of Jugalbandi keep on doing. How come two great dancers not getting together to perform? There were few experiences done, but not enough. We can't see. You see, get together to perform. I think that will help to share the love of arts, because we are all artists. We are all good finally. But let's take out that ego and get together, start appreciating everyone. That's my message.
Thank you so much, sir. I think it's a great opener. And collaboration is the call of the day today, because we've been globalized now, so it's easy to collaborate, easy to reach places and come back to our places and get back to schedules, and everything is possible today in today's fast running world. So I think traditional arts also need transformation in this, but not in in transforming completely what has been there and losing its flavor. I think it's a great message given that we should retain the heritage which we have brought in, but then take it forward in different ways, in a more organized way, so it is appealing to the whole world. Thank you for a great message and session. You being in a countryside, Paris, you told me that there might be signal issues which might happen on these sides, but still we could manage somehow, and it really, sir, it's a great inspiring session, and a lot of people have sent you good wishes from India, and a lot of friends are wishing you on the chat box. And all the wishes will make you contribute more and more to the field of dance for the sake of dance and the fraternity and the field of art. Thank you so much for joining for
I
Sankatha
just I
series, and we look
ask
out for
you
more
to
collaborations in future, sir.
give more preference for the male dancers to perform. That's very important. We have to bring out many male dancers in
Yes.
India. That's all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste.